Hi, I'm Kenna Johnson from the Channel Company here with Jen Follett and Steve Burke from CRN. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Jen, what are some of the hot topics here?
Probably no surprise, but I think the major topic that's on a lot of people's minds is AI. Solution providers trying to figure out what to do with it. Technology vendors talking about how they're trying to push it out through the channel. So that's been very big. Second one is another perennial favorite, which is security. That's also been very high on a lot of people's minds. Kind of what are the new trends? What are the managed services opportunities? Things like that.
Steve, what are some of your takeaways?
I think the biggest takeaway, I always look to XChange as a way to take the pulse of the opportunity and the emerging trends in the industry. And I think, every time I come to XChange, I can't believe it. It keeps getting more and more exciting in terms of what people are calling the golden age of the MSP. And this, the AI rolling thunder is just getting louder and louder. And I think it's one of those big opportunities that changes everything about the channel and how you approach the market. So just the MSP opportunity with AI, Jen mentioned it, security, solution providers are more vital than ever before because of the security threats and breaches that we're seeing.
The AI survey that was done by IPED said that 87% of MSPs aren't seeing major growth in AI. But the ones that are experiencing an impact are those that are investing. What are they investing in?
Yeah, the study was really interesting, I thought, because it looked at what are partners seeing now, and then it jumped ahead to what are they expecting to see. So the now bucket was yes, there were 13% that said we're seeing a lot of significant high impact to our businesses right now. So the rest are in that other bucket, right? So those folks are still trying to figure it out. Maybe they might even be skeptics, they don't want anything to do with it, but a lot of them are kind of still exploring and trying to sort their way through it, maybe just starting to dabble. Then you've got this 13% that's all in 100% investing. So they are investing in, first of all, cloud infrastructure. These are people that maybe offer their own private cloud services. People want their AI rollouts to be private and secure. They don't want their data out in the public world. So private cloud instances are going gangbusters because of that. And then they're also investing in people. This is data analysts, this is business process experts, people that can really get in and help a customer figure out what they can do with AI beyond the basic things that we've all already heard about, like summarizing meetings and writing social media posts. We're talking about how do you really change your business process, and that takes expertise that a lot of these partners are now looking to add.
Steve, security is always a hot topic. Talk to me about the important role of the MSP.
Well, the interesting thing about the CrowdStrike situation, it wasn't per se a security incident. It was an update gone bad. But talking to solution providers here, the big amazing thing is how many solution providers were involved in remediation, were the boots on the ground for that outage. And I think what it's done is really highlighted the important role of MSPs as trusted advisors. And what the solution providers or MSPs are telling us is they're going to see more activity from customers as a result of this. And one example is iCore Technology, was able to get their customers back up and running by early morning because they were on it. They saw it, the outage before the customer. And the difference between iCore and they got a testimonial or email from one of their customers, a manufacturing customer, who had basically said they were back up and running in a couple of hours, whereas one of their competitors stayed down. So it was the difference between being able to do business and not do business. So it's just the role of the IT is so complex now with security and AI that customers have to rely on a trusted advisor. And remember, there's a difference between the vendor client relationship than the solution provider MSP customer relationship, because the MSP is the customer advocate. So they're looking across the vendor spectrum. So it's just exciting to see, for me, to see the importance of MSPs becoming just greater and greater.
Jen, I know that also part of that survey said that there's going to be a big uptick in the next year or two. Give us a look into the future. What can we expect?
Yeah, our colleague Mark Williams, who's a consultant on the IPED side, calls it the tidal wave. The tidal wave is coming, and the data showed, that 13% now that said they're seeing significant impact. Come 1 or 2 years from now, that number jumps up to 40%. So it is coming, and I think the main message that we keep hearing over and over again is that it's really important that partners not wait. That they really need to get in and start figuring out their game plan, start even maybe more importantly using the technology themselves so that they can start to understand it and really investigate use cases, and sort of the drink your own champagne idea, where if they're going to be out in the field talking about it, then they want their people to have real world experience with it. So that's what we're really expecting, is just this, like I said, quote unquote tidal wave that people really need to start getting ready for now.
Jen and Steve, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Stay tuned for continuing coverage in the AI in Action Digital Newsroom. For the Channel Company, I'm Kenna Johnson.